Good night, brothers and sisters. My name is Victor Callender. Today is the 27th day of February, 2025. It is now 19:15 Pacific Standard Time. I'm talking about tonight the fact that Barbados should be for Barbadians. And by saying that, I'm not trying to be xenophobic or insulary in any way, shape, or form. My message here tonight is to the Prime Minister of Barbados and the government of Barbados. If you went to Saudi Arabia, you would not find that any tourist, any large developer could come in and develop um, anything at Mecca or Medina. If you went to Rome, there's certain heritage sites there close to Vatican City that could not be developed because of the value of the historical significance of that specific area. Why is it that Europeans mostly can and Americans can come to Barbados and erect properties on beachfront areas, and the people who were born in Barbados and live there are prevented from having access to areas that they grew up having access to? As a boy growing up in Barbados, I certainly remember places on Brandon's, Brighton's, Paradise, Browns Point, areas in Barbados that were beautiful areas, pristine beauty, where you can go and enjoy yourself unencumbered by large edifices. Today, we want to roll forward into a system that does not permit for Barbados to have its national heritage, its pristine nature of being able to go to sites that have historical significance to most Barbadians. I understand that sometimes we have to roll forward a bit with progress in order to create jobs and other things to help fight the war on high unemployment and other things. I understand that, not lost to me. But with all the various areas in Barbados, Madam Prime Minister, government of Barbados, why can't you utilize other areas other than areas that have pristine national heritage value to most Barbadians? There is no way that any non-European can go to Europe and build anything. I lived in Germany for 5 years as a soldier in the U.S. military, and they had stringent rules and regulations in Germany relative to what you could own and when you could own it in Germany back then, when of course it was West Germany. Why are we permitting people who were born outside of Barbados with other nationalities to dictate what Barbadians who live in Barbados and who have lived there generationally to be able to enjoy in Barbados when people come there, Madam Prime Minister, erect properties and do as they wish? It has become the playground for they're very affluent and wealthy, and the people who have been born in Barbados, who have lived, worked, tilled the soil, um, are relegated to second class citizenship all over again. So we are revisiting historically a system that mimics the Jack Saul system, the slaveocracy, all over again. with the people of Barbados being dictated to as to what and how and what national sites should be erected in Barbados and what should be torn down. And it's as if Barbadians have no voice at all in the development and the maintenance of their national heritage, of their culture. And that is as wrong as two left shoes, Madam Prime Minister. And I appeal to you today to offer a cease and desist on this nonsense, this prevailing wind that exists that, sends Barbadian citizenship into a basis of nonentity, and everybody else rises above that. That is wrong as two left shoes. We have to be able to come to an understanding that Barbados should be enjoyed mostly by Barbadians. Yeah, we welcome other people to Barbados. We are not xenophobes. We are not going to establish a system of insularity and separatism. But you can't go anywhere else in the world and not see. You can't go to Mexico and not see Mexico for Mexicans. You can't go to Israel and not see Israel for the Jewish people. You can't go to Germany and not see Germany for Germans, Russia for Russians. I offer you today that Barbados should be for Barbadians and that we should be able to enjoy Barbados and its environs for as long as we can, Madam Prime Minister. So I need you to embrace some legislation, come up with a legislative framework to return Barbados to Barbadians, because a lot of it has been lost to those who are super wealthy and whose purse strings are much deeper than regular working class Barbadians. Give us some legislation, meaningful legislation and understanding legislation that speaks to those issues. And, probably for generations yet to come, we could roll up our pant legs and walk the beaches of Barbados and enjoy the national historic sites of Barbados unencumbered by large corporate greed and large corporate entities. Thank you.
Help me spread the word about Naked Departure via social media. Subscribe and share to show support and love for our channels.